everyone, I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. In honor of African American Heritage Month, Councilmember Curran Price directed our attention to Central Avenue. This geographical corridor has been pivotal in supporting Black entrepreneurs and businesses from the very beginning of Los Angeles.
Well, we're here in the rotunda of Los Angeles City Hall. Today we have a celebration for African American Heritage Month. Specifically, we're celebrating Central Avenue. It's a long, beautiful history of people, places, and activities going on. Frequently, we associate Central Avenue with music and with jazz, but today we learned it is much more than that. Places of commerce, civic engagement, involvement.
I am honored and just thrilled to be able to represent my family. My parents started the business in 1950, and I am second generation, and we are, if you do the numbers, 75 years strong. My husband and I, Greg Cowan, have been there for about 30 years as the owner-operators now. So it is an honor.
A lot of people today don't realize that the African American history began in Los Angeles from downtown all the way down to Slauson around the Central Avenue corridor in the early part of the state's formation, in the early wave of migration during the 19th century, and then during the Great Migration, the early part of the 20th century.
People really need to take a moment away from their phones to really look at the historic buildings on these streets, the amazing businesses, sweet potato pie. I mean, the bakery that makes that is just one of the most famous places in South LA. Record stores, funeral parlors, amazing architecture by people like Paul R. Williams, one of the most amazing architects that LA ever saw.
Well, I hope they recognize that Central Avenue has a rich and long history of service and activities. And so these pictures certainly highlight cases from the past, but I think they also underscore the hope for the future. It certainly underscores the kind of entrepreneurial spirit that exists on Central Avenue today.
The Department of Recreation and Parks is celebrating African American heritage throughout the city. In South LA, St. Andrews Recreation Center is highlighting some previously hidden contributions that helped to shape Black history.
Here at St. Andrews Recreation Center, we have a Black History program going on. We have people coming out from all throughout the community, all walks of life, to celebrate Black history with us. Not so much on the people that we do know, but Black history of what we don't hear about or don't know so much.
Just by working here, they've actually taught me a lot about just hidden Black history facts. So it's a very strong month to kind of come together and learn about hidden facts.
You can't really put a number on how many contributions were made by Black people in history that revolutionized the world. We have to pass down this information about Black inventors, engineers, entrepreneurs, doctors, lawyers, astronomers, some of everything. So if we honor the past, the future will be brighter.
I encourage you to look up, read, Google, go on the internet, find out all kind of information as you can about where you came from and know about your culture.
This event is always coming together. We have great food here. It's like a family working here. Come through. St. Andrews is a really great park.
The more we come together, the more that we can accomplish. Black is loud, Black is beautiful, Black is everything.
And thanks to St. Andrews Rec Center for those highlights. STEM, skills of science, technology, engineering, and math are foundational for building the future. To encourage the next generation to think of becoming engineers, Councilmember Eunices Hernandez led Engineers Week for elementary students.
Councilmember Hernandez is hosting Engineers Week as the chair of the Public Work Committee. It's a weeks-long celebration to really encourage the next generation of youth to be engineers. Councilmember Hernandez was able to welcome them into chambers and remind them to think critically about the city that they live in and how to make it better, and to also thank them for reminding us that we have the power to build our future.
As the chair of the Public Works Committee, I'm pleased to host this week-long celebration organized by the American Society of Civil Engineers of Los Angeles Younger Member Forum, which is all about inspiring the next generation of engineers.
Engineering is all about having curiosity, being able to be creative. The students are building spaghetti marshmallow towers. They're gonna test their towers to make sure their towers are earthquake resistant. And this way they learn more about engineering, they learn more about the seismic conditions around LA, and just get an idea of the engineering of the world around us today.
You see how first it's actually a triangle and it's not going anywhere? Look how sturdy that is. You see, I can touch it, bring it down, and it doesn't break.
These are really important events to get kids exposed to engineering and STEM fields, and these kids are doing great. Their structures that they're building out of spaghetti and marshmallows are great, and yeah, we're very excited to have them here, and hopefully this inspires them to join engineering fields in the future.
This build up from this, like this is perfect, the nozzle up.
I say that this is the fun part of doing the work, but it has real intention where our decisions in City Hall has consequences. It impacts this youth. And so it's a good reminder of like why we are doing what we're doing at City Hall and doing that hard work in that committee and in chamber with the rest of council members.
Again, thank you everybody for being here and reminding us that we have the power to design our future and build a world that works for everybody. Stay curious, keep exploring, and never stop asking questions. These are all the qualities of great engineers and leaders here.
Those could be some future engineers. Even before the recent wildfires impacted LA, food insecurity was a growing concern. Councilwoman Heather Hutt joined with local organizations for a community food distribution event to help fill the supply gap and get food onto everyone's table.
We are here with Councilwoman Heather Hutt, right here in the heart of the African American community on Crenshaw Boulevard, home of the Los Angeles Sentinel, and we are providing food and other goods to the residents of our community.
We have partnered with the Los Angeles Sentinel, Brotherhood Crusade, LA County Federation of Labor, Mothers in Action to bring much needed food for people in need.
Councilwoman Heather Hutt spearheaded this amazing food drive to ensure that members in her community, members in the Brotherhood Crusade community, members of the Los Angeles Sentinel community has a way to have some good food for the entire week.
We've been doing these across the city because we know that there's food insecurity. We know that there's a lot of people who can't make ends meet. This is our opportunity to give back to our community.
Folks are struggling. When eggs are $15 for a dozen, how can people survive? Increases of food is going up, and up. So today is about sharing some goodness to our community.
We're here to give. We work for you. That's what we're doing, and this food giveaway is working for our people.
The leadership of Councilwoman Heather Hutt, along with the leadership of Sharice Bremont Weaver from the Brotherhood Crusade, and the leadership of Yvonne Wheeler and the Federation of Labor, you can't describe it. These are women who serve our community with love and passion and compassion for their fellow residents, and we are just so thankful for everything that they've done.
Look, we're here for our communities. Over 7,000 of our union members were impacted negatively by the fire, and so we were able to provide for them as well.
This is a celebration of our community. This is love for our brothers and sisters.
We really do all care about our community.
Free tax advice and help with preparation is always a win. Councilwoman Tracy Park and the city's Community Investment for Families Department hosted the second annual Tax Prep Resource Fair to help get refunds back into families' pockets.
We are out at Stoner Recreation Center here in the Sawtelle community, hosting the second annual CD11 Tax Preparation Resource Fair. We're on the ground with the Community Investment and Families Department, offering these services to families to help them get advice that they need to make sure they can get as much money back when they file their taxes as possible.
We have IRS certified trained volunteers that are helping community members complete their taxes. And our goal is really to help families put money back into their pockets, not only with their refunds, but with their earned income tax credit, child tax credit. These tax credits can put up to $10,000 back into Angelino's pockets.
It is a free program sponsored directly from IRS. Individuals who have low incomes to moderate, we are more than happy to help them file their income taxes. They just have to bring their W-2s, IDs, Social Security card. If they have self-employment, we can also help them with that.
We've obviously had a rough few weeks here on the west side of Los Angeles, but as our communities return to normal and get ready for things like tax season, we want to make that return as simple as possible. So we're really excited to be able to provide these services and benefits for free to our local community.
We have these pop-up tax events all over the city. This event also has a resource fair, so we're also connecting families to different services that the city provides, and so we're really happy to be here today.
Mayor Bass announces impacted worker and family recovery centers for fire victims. LA City Sanitation is hosting its annual clothing drive, and the council approves a contract for future build projects at Los Angeles World Airports. These stories up next on CityBeat.
Mayor Karen Bass and Councilmember Hugo Soto Martinez visited one of 4 centers which will provide resources for Angelinos impacted by the recent LA wildfires. The centers will help with job placement, financial assistance, small business grants, and other services. According to Mayor Bass, as the city rebuilds neighborhoods, it will also do everything to ensure impacted families can rebuild their lives. Family services available include access to rental assistance, help in applying for income support, and assistance with filing taxes. The 4 impacted worker and family recovery centers are located in West LA, Northeast San Fernando Valley, West Adams Lamert Park, and Boyle Heights. For more information, visit mayor.lacity.gov/press. LA City Sanitation and Environment is hosting its annual clothing drive through Friday, March 7th. The City Facilities Recycling Program is collecting new or gently used adult and children's clothing, including sweaters, jackets, shirts, pants, and socks. Clothing donations can be made at 6 public drop-off locations, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Donated clothing is provided to the St. Francis Center and the Los Angeles Mission to help Angelinos in need. For more information on donation drives, see the Education tab at sanitation.lacity.gov. LA City Council has approved a contract for future design and construction projects at Los Angeles World Airports, LAWA, valued at $5 billion. The latest multiple award task order contract, or MATOC, is a 5-year agreement with 51 contractors who are authorized to carry out work at LAX and Van Nuys airports. The MATOC provides a more streamlined procurement process for the airports, which will benefit small and local businesses that are part of the agreement. According to LAWA, the agreement is also a win for the city and Angelinos, as it will help ready LAX for the 2028 Olympic Games. The MATOC is valid for 5 years and will support LAWA's capital improvement program with 20 projects in the contract set to begin in 2025. For more information, visit lawa.org/news-releases.
There is nothing like starting the month with a fresh, clean space. The Cabrillo Marine Aquarium invited Angelinos to join them in a coastal cleanup to make sure that sea creatures can enjoy their own clean beach.
So we're doing our first Saturday of the month beach cleanups. We do this every first Saturday of the year, and it's a really wonderful way to connect with nature a little bit and to help out the environment while you're here. The beach, the ocean, is a home to so many animals and other living things. What we do has a huge effect on how healthy they can be and how much this habitat can really continue to survive. We're all connected on this planet, so keeping the environment around us healthy it's a no-brainer.
We're cleaning up the beach every first Saturday of the month. They have a beach cleanup day. It's good to clean up the beach because a lot of people leave trash during the weekend. It's good for the environment and the little animals, the little crabs and seals. They try to eat that plastic pieces and it's bad for them. So I would encourage people to come down to the beach to clean up the beach. You're helping the environment. You're also spending time with your significant other or your family members. It's great weather down here. It's a beautiful view. I would encourage people to come on down.
This is a free event. It's open to anyone who wants to come help out. We do it from 9 o'clock to 10:30 in the mornings, and we also have a few other beach cleanups throughout the year, including Earth Day. That's our next one coming up on April 19th. It's pretty low-key. You come out here, we have materials ready for you. We have gloves, we have buckets, and we just encourage you to spend a little time outside on the beach cleaning up, helping out, but also appreciating this habitat for yourself too.
How do we foster a love of reading even in the youngest Angelinos? The Central Library Family Storytime will do just that. With stories carefully chosen to draw in everyone, these little ones will learn to love reading and all that goes with it.
Aspire Bakery, Carmelita stops to look in the window. Let's go in to get some cookies for Mama said.
So today we were doing our family story time. This happens most Saturdays here at the Central Library at 2 p.m. On the days it doesn't, it's because we have a special program. For example, last week we had a puppet show at the same time. But today we were doing our family story time, which generally means that we are reading a bunch of books, singing a bunch of songs, and then doing a craft afterwards with kids of all ages. We love including multiple languages in our story times. One of the books we read today was Say Hello by Rachel Isadora, which includes languages like Chinese, Italian, French, Arabic, to really bring in kids who speak multiple languages.
They love learning about things, and the more stories you have, the more you're able to figure out what their interests are to help them develop their little personalities.
Stories are really, really important, especially from that early age before a kid can read. Hearing stories is what gets them interested and excited about reading books later when they can. This is super important for families to have not only the space, the books, but also programs that they can go to for free, giving them extra opportunities both for kids to hear more stories, hear more words. So like I said, family story time here at the Central Library at 2 p.m. on Saturdays. It's an amazing program. Come by, come see us, and come hear some really amazing stories.
The Venice Branch Library takes the books to the streets as it joins the Venice Farmers Market. In a new approach to community outreach, the library is bringing story time and more outside. Let's take a look.
We are here at the Venice Farmers Market. I am the librarian over at the Venice Library, and we are doing story time. We are so happy to work with the Farmers Market to bring the community out. We're doing stories and crafts and songs. So instead of having people come into the library, we are going out to the community, and this is a wonderful outreach opportunity to bring books and stories and crafts to the community. So we started this about maybe 3 months ago. This is a brand new program. We do it every second Friday of the month from 9:30 a.m. to 11. And we had a wonderful crowd today. Everybody was really excited to celebrate Valentine's Day with us.
1, 2, I love you.
Yeah, so I think the program's a really nice idea. I've got 2 kids, a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old, and it's really nice that there's something for both of them. So there's story time and then the arts and crafts. So today we'll be making Valentine's Day cards, and yeah, sitting out in the sunshine.
Yo creo que es muy bueno tener muchas actividades en las que los papás y los niños puedan venir a disfrutar. Tienen la oportunidad de conocer más niños, él practica su escucha, ya sea inglés o español, convive con otros niños.
It is open to everybody. It's free of charge. They just need to come. If they want to sign up for our email list, they can do that. We're targeting like the younger crowd, but it's really open for everybody. For more information, please go to www.lapl.org.
In this week's feature story, the Los Angeles Central Library has a wealth of culture on display. In fact, there is a tour of the art and sculpture and other points of interest in the interiors. Let's go beyond the books and learn more about the buildings that house the Central Library.
Welcome to a Docent tour of the LA Central Library. We're going to see the art and architecture of the 1926 Goodhue building that we named for its architect, Bertram Goodhue, and the 1993 Bradley wing, named for our mayor at the time, Tom Bradley. We'll see sculpture on Flower Street side, we'll see the rotunda, we'll see all the art in the new wing. I love to do these tours because I love this library and I love these buildings. It's full of art, full of sculpture, full of people doing wonderful things for this community.
The tour was super informative. You get to walk around the whole building. You get to see all of the chandeliers, the art. It's really beautiful.
We saw most of the library and its collections, as well as the architecture and the history of the library. So you got to kind of see what the library has, as well as the history of the building itself. The chandelier in the center of the library was really cool with the 48 light bulbs and the zodiac signs. That was spectacular.
I think what people take home from the tour is that Los Angeles has more history than we sometimes give it credit for.
I just really recommend coming to the tour, taking the tour. It's really informative.
You know, we all love the library. I'm a big fan of using it back in my hometown, and we all just appreciate the services they offer. And everybody on the tour was great. Miss Kaplan, the tour guide, was really, really nice and really informative.
Please come on a Docent tour of the LA Central Library. They're free. The times are all going to be on the library's website. And while you're there, check out all the other wonderful, amazing things this library has to offer.
LA Central Library is certainly a downtown gem, and it's now drawing in the tourists. In this week's Things to Do, take in all that the Abilities Expo has to offer. Head to the library for an author talk with Jeff Hobbs, and La Mag, LA's Municipal Art Gallery, introduces a trio of exhibitions. All this up next on Things to Do.
Get empowered and connect with the Los Angeles Department on Disability at the Abilities Expo. Explore over 150 exhibitors, attend workshops, and experience hands-on activities like the adaptive rock wall. This free event also includes information, resources, and a glimpse into the latest technology. Complimentary loaner scooters will be available to navigate the expo on a first-come, first-served basis. Come out to the Los Angeles Convention Center for Abilities Expo, taking place on Friday, March 7th and Saturday, March 8th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday, March 9th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. For more information or to register, visit abilities.com. The Los Angeles Public Library invites you to the Central Library for an author talk with Jeff Hobbs. The critically acclaimed writer's new book, Seeking Shelter, tackles the issue of homelessness. In it, Hobbs tells the real-life story of Evelyn, a single mother of 6, trying to keep her family together amid the housing crisis. The afternoon event features Hobbs in discussion with LA Times editorial board member Carla Hall. Head to the Central Library for this author talk and discussion on Seeking Shelter on Sunday, March 9th at 2 p.m. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. The City of LA's Department of Cultural Affairs invites you to the Los Angeles Municipal Art Gallery, also known as La Mag. The gallery is reopening with not 1, not 2, but 3 dynamic new exhibitions and is celebrating with an opening reception on March 9th. Enjoy Step and Repeat, a group exhibition inspired by the historical pattern and decoration movement of the 1970s. Experience the sculptures in Memento Mori, the first institutional exhibition by LA artist Sun Lee. Explore the interconnected natural world in the work of Danila Cervantes at the third new show. Head to Barnsdall Art Park and celebrate at the reception for these 3 shows on Sunday, March 9th at 1 p.m. For more information, visit lamag.org. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.